Hi everyone and welcome. This is Alex here of Advice by Alex, and to find out much more about me and how to book a session with me, you can always locate me in the bio section below, and you'll be able to find me on Snipfeed, and then you'll be able to book a session with me. I added a couple new things today. I added a 15-minute reading for $25 and a one-card reading for $5. So, whatever your heart fancies, that will be there. Remember, all readings are done within 5 to 10 business days. So, that way you can, it could be done sooner. It just depends on the amount of readings that I have for each day. So I am drinking my tea here while we are chatting, so it's like you and I are having a cup of coffee, but in this case tea. And we are doing a reading. So today is Saturday, August 27th, 2022. I hope you guys are doing well and that you had a fantastic week. Tomorrow I will be doing the weekly video, so be sure to stay in tune for that. And that is absolutely fantastic. And things like that. So I know you all will be doing a fantastic time with the reading for the week and stuff like that. But this here, my friends, we are doing the new moon in Virgo reading. So I am very excited. So as you can see, I have my music playing in the background, which is all 7 chakras healing music, full body aura reboot, balance and align meditation music. So that is there. I have my cup of tea. I have my cards right here. So we are going to go ahead and get started with this beautiful reading. And I also have the candle going, if you can see. I'm going to turn the camera around here. So we do have the camera or the candle lighting, sending healing energy to everybody. And as you can see, we have my lovely little kitty teddy bear. He is currently taking his afternoon fiesta. This is his normal nap time and things like that. So he is snoozing away over there and things like that. So I absolutely love that. So that is where Teddy Bear is and things like that. So he's really, I love when he's like this because he's really cute when he's like that. So let us get started here today. And we're going to pull some cards here. So the deck that we're going to be using is the Moonology Oracle deck by Yasmin Bolin. You guys know this. This is one of my faves and things like that. So that is really awesome and things like that. So let's clear the deck. Clear, clear, and clear. So for those of you that don't know, the reason why I clear my deck is because of the fact that it clears away all the old energy that is associated with it. And you especially want to do that when you get it from the manufacturer and things like that, because you don't know who touched it and things like that. So you always want to use it with your non-working hand. So the hand that you do not use to write with and things like that. So that, in this case, that is my left. And then I just tap it and I set the intention of clear, clear, and clear. So then that clears the energy and then gets ready for a reading and things like that. And of course you can set the intention of holding it into your heart and saying a little intention and things like that. But we're not going to do that today. So we're just going to get started here with the reading. But if you wanted to do a little extra, you can do that and say a little prayer and things like that. For an added boost and things like that. So, and of course, to recharge your cards, you can also put them in the sun or the moonlight to be able to charge your cards. So that is there. So let's get in touch with the reading. And all right. So what does everybody need to know for the new moon in Virgo for August 2022? What does everybody on YouTube need to know for the new moon in Virgo for August 2022. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I love that. I definitely do love that. Oh, wow. Okay. Excellent. These are all very fantastic cards here so far. Alright, so we're going to start off with these cards. So, the first card here is that we have is a fiery climax is approaching, and it is full moon in Aries. So what the angels are really saying when I'm tuning into the energy of this full moon is that it's all about manifesting our desires, which is normal for a new moon and things like that, because it's all about new beginnings and new horizons. But with this particular full moon, it's all about the manifestation of our goals. So remember those goals that we set way back in the beginning of the new year and what we're going to accomplish. So if we take a look at that list that we made way back in the beginning, and things like that. My alarm was going off in there because I took a little nap before this. Is that it's time to get that little list out and see what you have not accomplished. And if there's anything that you have not accomplished, then it is time to reevaluate what it is that you want to set forth to accomplish to get what you want out of your life and what new direction that you want to go in. So this is all about what the angels are saying is manifesting not only your dreams into reality, but also setting your intentions for a new path that is coming forward. And things are going to be happening very quickly to be able to shift and change in order for you to accomplish those goals and things like that. So it's all about looking at your passions and where your passions lie in order to be able to pursue that with a little bit of creativity, Archangel Gabriel is saying. So that is very like an awesome statement from the one card here is that we have. So that's really awesome. So the next card here is that we have is a very fantastic card here, is a win-win outcome is forecast, and that is a full moon in Libra. And what the angels are really saying with this one is that it's all about the justice scales are aligning, and that is definitely with the picture of this card. And this is typically associated with Libra because they are the sign of justice, but it's all about clearing away old karmic patterns, things that no longer are serving us for the greatest good, and aligning ourselves to what our hearts are desiring for the greatest good. So that's typically what we are really focusing on for this full moon. And the outcome, of course, is very positive if we are looking back at this card, the fiery climax. So if we take the action steps that are needed to take in order to do them, then it is important to know that we'll have a positive outcome as well. But best be known that we do have a Mercury retrograde coming up in September, and you don't want to start anything new really in September or a Mercury retrograde unless it's something that you've done before, but you just need to revamp it. And that could be very much along the lines of where it is with this one. So that is definitely there. So that is one of those things. And the next card here is, it is a time for healing. And it is Balsamic Moon. And what the angels are really saying, it's all about the shadow work time. So the angels are really saying it's time to focus on things, letting go of things that are not fitting for you right now. Not to say that they aren't going to be a part of your life, but now is just not the timing for it, especially if it's part of a goal or a destiny marker. So sometimes things are not working because it's blocked for the time being, but it will get to where it's supposed to, and it'll come in when it's supposed to come in. It's just that it will take a little bit of time to be able to do so. I'm not sure who's calling me during this time, because that's just not a number that I know. But yeah, so that is definitely like one of those things and stuff like that. So that is there. So, and it's also a time to go in outside of ourselves to see what needs to change. And it's also, they're pointing me to a metamorphosis. So, which is perfect for fall, as fall is all about healing, seeing, it's like, I always think of it as the harvest time. So, it's like going through the harvest and seeing what's no longer serving for you, basically, is what it means. Alright, so the next card here is that we have is, what do you need to release? And that is waxing or waning moon. So this is all about going along the lines of healing and the shadow work. So what's no longer serving your purpose, basically. So it's looking at your purpose on Earth and really, fine-tuning of what it is that you need and things like that. So that is definitely one of those things and stuff like that. So think of it that way, and then it'll be really good. So all about releasement. So the next card here is adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. So it's all about making those tiny little adjustments and seeing how to fix something, and that goes in correlation with the Mercury retrograde that's coming into potential. I swear, every time I try to do a reading, and it's like these random calls come in. But this is all about adjustments are required, and things like that. So it's important to look at where we are and where we are needing to go, and make the tiny adjustments that are required. So updating those vision boards are important too. So that is something that you can do. So the overall cards here that we have is, you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo, knowing that you are worthy of having what you desire. So, and sometimes that is a thing, because that is also a part that is necessary to heal. If we're looking at the healing aspect, is that sometimes we want something so badly, but it's not coming to fruition because we don't feel like we deserve it. So the universe is going to match that, what you're feeling, and you have to understand and heal in order for things to be able to do that. And I've done that in the past. Like, some things that I've desired were not coming to fruition for myself, and I was like wondering why? And then I had to go through the shadow work and the healing work in order to be able to understand that I felt like I wasn't worthy of having those things. And in essence, that was in correlation with my past relationship. So I felt like I didn't deserve that happiness in that relationship. I felt like it was wrong for me to be happy and things like that. So that was a lot of trauma and things that I had to work through in order to readjust my level of thinking. And then I released the old karma, and then I had a much clearer picture and understanding of the overall picture, if you get my drift. So that is basically what this new moon is about. And then, of course, the last but not least we have is luck on your side. And it's new moon in Sagittarius, which means that you are golden for whatever you are trying to come into fruition, as long as it's in alignment with your path and it is in alignment with your soul. So we gotta think of it that way. So that is basically like the messages that are coming through. So let us do my other favorite deck, which is the Angel Prayer deck, and see what messages are coming up in that regard. So what does everybody need to know in regard to the new moon in Virgo for August 2022? What does everybody need to know for the new moon in Virgo, August 2022? The Miracle of Prayer. Yay! Oh my goodness, we'll talk about more about it. Oh, we talked about that. Alright. Inner voice. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Alright. These all make sense with what we've been talking about. So, we have here is the Miracle of Prayer with Archangel Metatron. Thank you, Metatron, for delivering my prayers to heaven. So, knowing that your prayers are already heard by God and that they are already being worked upon, even though you aren't able to physically see them. So, as long as you are taking the action steps that are required for getting that into reality. So let's give a really good example so that you may understand where we are coming from in regard to this. So let's say that you want to be a nurse. Let's give that example. So you're not going to be, unfortunately, a nurse overnight. So that's going to be a little bit of a work in progress. But going through the process, you are going to have lessons that are associated with it, destiny markers that you hit, and there will be different things that you will be able to be healed during that process. So if we are taking it back with the process of becoming a nurse. So what do we have to do to become a nurse? First, we have to think about what school we're going to go to. That's a daunting task in itself, because there's a lot of good schools out there for nursing. Then we have to be able to look at the type of programs in the school that are offered. Like if it's accredited and things like that. Then we do the process of applying, and sometimes those applications include an essay. And then we have to write about ourselves and why we are wanting to do what we are wanting to do. That requires some thought. And a little bit of insight as to why, because there's always an insight into why we want something, why we desire something, and things like that. So there's always a lesson deeper within that. So if there's a career that you are doing and you don't know why you're doing it, probably you shouldn't be doing that. Going along that is that then you get accepted into the program, then you buy the books for your courses, or you sign up for courses, and then you buy the books. And then you take the courses. It's like each course is teaching you a little bit of knowledge. It's like the school of life, basically. You're going along, and then you're doing your thing, and you're learning different lessons along the way. And you're doing your homework, basically. And then, after you complete so many courses, you get a certificate or a job well done. And in this case, that would be a reward from the universe. The universe is like, yay, you learned your lessons, you're on to the next one, and you can advance to a higher level of your soul. That is exactly what that is about. Next, after that, in order to become a nurse, there is a little thing called a license exam. So you have to prep for the license exam, you have to study, you have to gain your knowledge, and this is that learning your shadow work. That's the shadow work, making sure you understand all your shadow work, and then you take the test. There's usually tests involved in real life too, of getting to your path, whether you're going to give up or you're going to have the courage to be able to move forward toward your goal. And then we have the tests. And then if you study, you do really well and then pass with flying colors. But if you don't study, well, there are some things you have to go back and learn. And that's exactly what happens with soul lessons, and you're all in encompassing your dreams and your desires. So, that is basically there. So, that is that. So, that's a long roundabout way of getting to your goal and things like that. So, the next card here is that we have is Transformation with Archangel Zacchaeus. Thank you, Zacchaeus, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. So, that correlates to that entire example that we said. We gotta be able to learn and evolve from the heartaches and the challenges that we overcome, and then we can become a better version of us. And in turn, that helps us create our goal, our reality in that essence. The next card here is that we have is the inner voice. And the thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. And that is basically all about learning to trust your intuition and things like that. So allowing your intuition to guide you to where the steps that you need to take in order to gain your goal. So, and knowing that it's already been heard, you're just following through with the actions on Earth and things like that. So, and the next card here is Live Your Joy. Thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my joy. So it's all about learning to live your passions, live through your heart space, and things flow a lot more naturally when we are living through our heart space and things like that. So that is amazing. And then in turn, after we're doing all that, we get to the peace and harmony stage within ourselves, and that is Archangel Raguel. And it is thank you, Raguel, for surrounding me, my life, in a harmonious light. So, yay. We got to the point of balance and harmony and peace within ourselves, where our life is not as chaotic anymore, because we weren't following the path. But once we started following the path, it started to become balanced and allowing ourselves to grow. The overall cards here is that we have is the miracle of forgiveness with Archangel Jeremiah. And it's thank you, Jeremiah, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. And sometimes we have to learn to forgive ourselves. And that's the hardest lesson, in an essence, in order to get what we desire. Because we don't want to face the reality of what it is that is bothering us. So, and why things aren't getting accomplished and things like that. Last but not least, we have is Clear Your Vibes. And it is Archangel Metatron. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy fields. So, this is all about clearing your vibes and in order to trust your intuition to guide you on the right path. So, that is absolutely fantastic. It's a really pretty card, too. Oh, you see it. So that's really pretty. So, that concludes the messages for today. I will be sure, and I know last week I never did it, but I will be sure to leave that link in the bio section for this time. So, it's also my Twitter, advice by Alex8, and with an @ so you can always look me up on TikTok and give me a follow there as well. So, that is the messages for today, and if you like this channel, I ask that you hit the subscribe button and the like button as well. And as always, if you would like to get a reading from me, please visit me on my SnipFeed account, and that is located in the bio section. And all readings will be returned to you within 5 to 10 business days, or sooner, depending on the amount that is there. So, ahead of you. So, this is on a first come, first served basis. So, but until next time, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you all tomorrow for the weekly. God bless you, everyone, and I will talk with you all later. Bye, everybody.